Hello, my absolutely beautiful Virgo friends, and welcome to your horoscope for March of 2022. Where Virgo this month, it's pretty exciting. Your ruling planet is not in any stage of retrograde. So there's some nice forward motion available. And in fact, the planets are facing forward. So we really genuinely have some nice forward motion. Now, I do want you to keep in mind that we have one planet that will enter into its pre-retrograde shadow time. So there's just a small hint of slowing. As well, some of the planets that are moving forward and living their best life are going back over retrograde points. So while we do have forward motion on our table, we might be taking forward action over things that we've recently discovered or reviewed coming from November all the way to February, which are past things. But the energy, I think, is different now because we're not vibrating in this held position. Instead, now you can take actions on the things that you've learned. So I think that's going to be incredibly useful for us this month. So let's get in here, Virgo, and let's see what's going on. Right at the beginning of the month, we're going to have a new moon at 12 degrees of Pisces. So this is going to light up your 7th house because Pisces is your opposite, okay? So at the new moon, we're planting our seeds of intention to begin something new, to give something a newer, fresher breath, right? Get it going in a more dynamic, creative, spiritual kind of way under the energy of Pisces. But I also think that because it is Pisces, something in your 7th house, which are conscious chosen one-on-one relationships, open enemies, which means you know you have a problem with another person or another resource, and the relationship of you with you and you with whatever you call a higher power. Some of the things I think that happen in the Pisces energy is we ask for courage to not only use this really nice Uranian energy to innovate, this Jupiterian energy to expand, but I think we dig into the heart of Pisces and ask for help to surrender relationships we don't need anymore, bring them to closure, bring culmination to some of these things. Now, in some of your relationships, you may be finding that you're feeling powerfully creative at this time, and it helps to innovate the relationships around you. But I just say that and I share that with you because I think under the Piscean energy, nice alignment with Jupiter, there's a lot of guardian angel energy that is available here, safe and protected with the decisions that you need to make and the starts that you're asking for moving forward. On the 6th, a bit of a busy day. We've got Mars moving into the energy of Aquarius, and this is going to light up your 6th house space. And just minutes later, we'll have Venus moving into the energy of Aquarius as well, so also lighting up the 6th house space. Now, we have seen the beginning degrees of Aquarius stimulated already, not only by Mercury, who's here, has brought some thinking, but we did some retrograding here as well. So in your 6th house, which is about daily routines, health, wellness, being of service to other people, right? If you're a healthcare worker, something like that, you would have also seen the 6th house light up. I also put projects and co-workers in this boat as well. So you've had a chance at some of these levels, I think, to have a look over this area. Now, as Venus and Mars move forward into it, you have forward action. You have forward momentum. Mars in Aquarius, first of all, is going to, your actions and your attitudes and the way you're doing things may feel a little bit erratic because Aquarius is an air sign, right? So Mars is not just going straight at something. Mars may be doing several things at one time, or it can feel like several things are trying to happen at once. So I want you to keep that in mind, but ultimately, you know, the thing about Mars and Aquarius is like, let it be the we that it needs to be. What are you doing in your life where maybe you need to take the action of being a we, right? Like, I need help so that we can be better. Can you do this for me? I can step up and do this so that we can be better. Is this a class? Is this a training about something in health? You know, we are taking a CPR class. What is that? We are doing aerobics. Oh, I just love aerobics so much. I love aerobics, you guys. Anyways, I'm a step instructor. That's another video. Okay, so but listen, what's the we? Because whatever happens here, Mars is going to have the action. Venus is going to make it magnetic so that this can come to you. It brings a beauty. It brings a balance to the table in this 6th house area. Now, what I like about Venus and Mars meeting in Aquarius is they lose some of the high level emotionalism of what's going on, and they're a lot more objective about what do we need to do. It's a much more intellectual experience of the lovers traveling together. So it's still really delicious. There's a bit more courage and willingness to innovate because Venus says this is valuable. Not to mention, because Venus was held up in Capricorn for so long, I think just coming into the energy of Aquarius feels like a breath of fresh air. So it's like, yeah, whatever, let's innovate. But it'll definitely help you at the level of daily routines and working with groups of people in that daily routine, okay? On the 7th, we see Neptune slowing down into its pre-retrograde shadow time at 22 degrees of Pisces. Now, we're not going to see the retrograde happen until June, but you can just note now that that retrograde path is going to be between 22 degrees of Pisces and 25 degrees of Pisces, okay? When we get to the 9th, Mercury is getting up out of the Aquarian energy and moves into the energy of Pisces. Now, Mercury being your ruling planet, you may feel the impact of this because Mercury likes to whip and zip around, get information, give me the details, give me the facts. I got it. Clear, 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 clear. In the energy of Pisces, Mercury's in fall. It can't move that way. It just cannot move that way. So yet again, you have this influence of needing to speak, think, and make decisions in a way that is slowed down. It's a lot more intuitive. There's more emotion behind it. Sometimes you may not be sure if that's really what you think and it's true, or if it's just what you feel and that's influencing your thinking. So I would tell you, work on your emotional intelligence from March 9th all the way until the 27th. It's only a few weeks. Mercury is going to blow through Pisces, but use that emotional intelligence. Trust your intuition. Express your creativity in whatever ways that you do. If you're an accountant, what do you do that's creative and magical working with numbers, right? If you are a birth worker, right? What do you do that is creative in that way? And you really will have access to tying into that Pisces energy, okay? On the 18th, we've got a full moon happening in your sign, Virgo. So the full moon says that something needs to be ended, acknowledged, or adjusted. We are under all of the light that is available, so you are able to see you for who and what you are. Now, one thing I think of first and foremost is it's the first house. So it's the house of the self, our identity, right? A piece of you may be dying off, Virgo. How do you see yourself different than you did a year ago? Right? What do you know of yourself in a different way? Because the full mooning is going to show you this is why we went through all of this stuff, right? This is what all of this meant for us. This is what this lesson was, and it got us here. But it is going to ask you, in order to be that next version, you have to end, acknowledge, or adjust something and get on with efficiently being who you're supposed to be next. That's the other thing. With what you're doing in your life, with what you're doing in your relationships, Virgo, how you are showing up, it's going to ask you, are you being effective? Are you being efficient? Are you showing up in service to other people? Or are you showing up looking like you're in service because you're really trying to get something from somebody else, right? So it's going to ask you these questions, and these questions likely you can plan are going to show up heavy in your conscious chosen one-on-one relationships, but also in your daily routines. Are your daily routines about being of service, or are they about getting? So you'll have an opportunity to look at that. I just want to share this. I sometimes feel like when there's a full moon in the first house, you have like a little coming out party as well. So if some of you are having some kind of party, did you graduate, something like that, what happened that has maybe changed your title or changed how we're going to see you in the world? So keep me posted. Let me know if that's you down there, Virgo, okay? On the 20th, we see the sun move into the energy of Aries, lighting up your 8th house. And just on the 27th, we'll see Mercury join the sun in this Aries energy in your 8th house. So now we've got light, heat, life, vitality, and logic and decision making in our warrior sign. We are also welcoming in a new season. We'll welcome in spring in the northern hemisphere. So it's a fresh start to a new season. So in what you would like to get done, you are motivated in an 8th house way. Joint connections, intimacy, you see into me, death, birth, reproductive things, collaborations with people, astrology, taxes, inheritance, trauma, therapy, detox. All of these become categories that you are now energetically supported in making the changes that you need to make there, or just taking action with what you're doing. I would tell you, because it's Aries energy and Aries likes to start because it's a cardinal energy, just make sure that whatever you start, you can and will finish in this particular area, okay? All right, my absolutely beautiful Virgo friends, I hope you have a gorgeous month. Please let me know how the month is panning out for you. How does this manifest against your own chart? If you have more questions about who these videos are for, products that can help you grow your astrology, click in the description box down below. I've got links to like everything. All right, beautiful friends, I love you, and I'll see you every week and every month. Bye, friends.